Welcome back to another episode of the Mental Fight Podcast, Season 2. I got a chance to walk back down some memory lane with my friend Fernando and Robert from Team Oyama. Back before COVID, when we were all living in a fighter house, man, we had some really great times. Tune into this episode while we talk about where we've been, things that has been going on, and where we're heading to next.
Storm's coming.
Storm's coming.
There's a fucking storm coming, Dad!
Storm's coming.
Hey, the storm is here. And I'm here also with two of my friends and teammates from Team Oyama. We haven't seen each other in a while, and it's so great to catch up. Oh my gosh. Round one. Let's get into the introductions. Fernando, what's going on, man? Catch us up.
Hey, hi Brittney. It's good to see you, girl. It's good. It's really good to see you. It's always good to see you. And like you say, it's been a minute, so it's good that we're gonna catch up. My name is Fernando Padilla, fighting out of Chihuahua, Mexico. My nickname is El Valiente. Uh, I have that nickname because of my tattoo, more than nothing. I got this tattoo when I was 18. It's El Valiente. It's a game of loteria, and they pretty much it's just a character. But what represent for me is like brave, being brave. That's what it means, El Valiente, the brave one. And for me, it's in everything and in every aspect of my life. I want to be brave. I need to be brave because it's not an easy life. So it's how I represent myself. It's how I move. It's how I think about myself, and that's why I think I'm the brave.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I ever act like knew that. And I really like that. I really like that.
Thank
So,
you.
hey, Robert, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Brittney? Good to see you.
Too.
Uh, so, well, my name is Roberto Romero. People always call me Robert since I was a kid. So everyone call me as Robert. I'm from Chihuahua, Mexico too. Same place as Fernando. Uh, my nickname is El Charro Negro. It coming from because my older brother, when he used to be younger, he used to be with his friends and everything, and everyone just call him El Fantasma in Spanish. So that's a phantom in English. So I didn't take his nickname, but I take El Charro Negro because it's a Mexican legend about a ghost that is a horseman and his horse, like just riding, on the nights. So yeah, that's the way like I like to represent like my family and also like Mexico, because it's a Mexican legend. So that's what I take it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
for y'all, both of y'all names are so deep and meaning like really resonated with who you are and where you're from. Mexico, I still want to come visit.
Yeah. Hey, we're
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to Chihuahua soon.
Chihuahua. Okay, so tell me, like, oh, both of y'all, like, I feel like it's been like, really has it been 3? It's been 3 years, like basically,
Three
like,
years.
gosh, it's been since COVID, since I was there.
Yeah.
So much has happened, but that's just 3 years of your journey. Fernando, tell me a little bit about like your beginnings. Like, how long have you been fighting, and where are you at now? Like, maybe this would be a good time. Share a little bit about like where you started with some promotions. Where are you fighting now? What's going on?
Uh, I mean, I started back home Chihuahua when I was 18. That's one my first professional fight. I had 6 amateur fights before that. My coach wanted me to do the amateur fights. I started training 2012, I think so, if I'm not wrong, February 2012. I last 1 year training, and I got a fight. I got a fight right away. My first fight ever lasted 15 seconds. I finished it right away with a rear naked choke. After that, it's like I just keep going, just keep going. I really loved it. You can see it. I started doing it, and then when I was 17, right like 2 months before I turned 18, I got this big opportunity to fight for a tournament back in Chihuahua. The company at the time name was WBC, World Best Champions, or World Best Athletes, something like that. And it was nice. I had three of my six professional fights with amateur fights with them. I finished them all first round, and then they did this tournament, and they wanted me to jump into pro, and my coach didn't want it. And then 2 months after that, they did the tournament. Some fights happened, and then they got me fighting and a professional, like 3 days after my 18th birthday. And from there, I got a record of 6-0 in Mexico. It was really hard to get more fights, so I started looking forward to move in and expand my horizons, if you can say it.
Yeah.
And I ended up being in Team Oyama. I ended up contacting with a jiu-jitsu coach from there. Casey Haslin at the time was training there, and end up being the guy who contacted me with Coach Colin Oyama, and I ended up being in Team Oyama. And from there, everything is history. I've been here 7 years, fighting and representing Oyama, Irvine. I have over 10 fights with them now, so I'm kind of pretty deep into it. And I love it. You know, it's been a crazy road for a fact. You're not gonna let me lie, Brittney. Full of up and downs, but I feel that lately, these past 2-3 years, it's been better. I think we all grown from the experience, not just from COVID, but having to deal with each other in like a more close environment. So I feel that a lot of evolution has been happening, and I'm glad you can see it in all of us. Like, the team is doing good.
Yeah, I know I see it on the other side. I'm just like seeing y'all winning. I'm seeing y'all like making it to the big stage where I always knew that you belonged, because day in and day out, that grind, man. And when you stick to it, it feels good when it pays off and you make it where you're going.
It does. And honestly, it's just a question of keep going. That's just the thing.
Yeah. So Robert's fresh off a win. Robert, tell us a little bit about your journey into fighting and where you just landed recently here.
Well, so I started to train since I was a kid, since I was 4 years old. So from there, I honestly, I just remember like, I don't remember like a day of my life without training. Like I've been always like doing something, doing kickboxing. I started with Lima Lama, but then I started to train kickboxing, and then from there I started to do jiu-jitsu. And like when I was growing up, I started to compete more. So I did my MMA debut as amateur when I was 13 years old. So I just keep fighting like different disciplines, full contact, kickboxing, doing some jiu-jitsu tournaments, MMA fights. And so from there, I turned pro when I was 18. So I win my first fight, then I lose my second fight in Mexico, and then is when I come here to Team Oyama. So then I got my third fight here, and I lose it again, and then is when COVID happened.
Yeah.
So we just keep training. We just keep I think we evolve like everyone. So I think I get better on that time, and I returned to the cage in 2021, and then I win my fight, and from there, thank God, I just keep winning until today. So
7 wins already, right?
7 wins, yeah.
You went on a roll.
Yeah.
And now I just fight last Sunday for Combate, and looking for the next one.
Yeah.
Guys, yes, congrats again. Like
you.
you've been on a winning streak, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Mi carnal is he's really serious with stuff, but he put a beating on that other guy, a masterclass of MMA.
Yo, like
Thank you, thank
Robert,
you.
when I met you and I did not realize how young you were, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the crazy thing with Robert, right? Like, I feel that everyone who comes to the gym, they look at him and he's so serious and mature that like people think that he's 28, 26, and they're like, oh, I'm just 23. Like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have so much.
Crazy.
I'm super excited to continue watching you fight. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you.
For
Thank you
sure.
so much.
Yes. All right. So we got the introductions out the way for that first round. This next round, we're going to get into it a little bit more. We're going to talk about fighting, exactly what fighting
Second
has done for us, right? So next round, we're going to get into the fight. Round two. Let's get into it. The fight. Man, I'm just going to start with my thought of when I got to Oyama and the kind of training that we did. You know, Monday through
Yeah.
Thursday, 2 trainings a day. Then Saturday, our lovely fun Saturday track day, then sparring. And I was like, wow, if I didn't want to be a fighter, if this wasn't for me, I wouldn't have like hung in there. So I really found myself through the training. What has fighting been for you? Like, what have you gotten from fighting? And why in the first place?
Yeah, straight up. Why? I mean, I think personally, me, always felt it. I always felt it since I was young. My mom and my dad can tell you. Even when I was on parties with my cousins, with my friends, with other little kids that I didn't even knew. And this is things that I do have memories of. Like I was always fighting. Like it was like a way of me to interact with other kids too. I think when I was young, I didn't do it on even still till right now. If you know me, you know how I am, and I wasn't doing it for the like being mean or just to fight. I think it's just the competition that wasn't me. I wanted to compete, and physically competing wasn't me since I was really young. I tried a lot of sports. Nothing really stick to me. I like them, but nothing really was would fill me up or push me. But when I stepped in the mat for the first time, wow, fighting was what I wanted to do. I got tapped. I remember I got tapped by my coach and his son like in 5 seconds. They used to like they grab my arm, tap me. They grab my arm, tap me. Wrist lock. Every single type of easy submission, and I got so mad. I got so mad that first day. I was like, man, I want to go there and tap them. Like I don't want them to be tapping me. And I think it was just the competitive part in me, and I just keep going. I knew since I stepped in the mat that I wanted to be a UFC champion, that I wanted to be in the UFC. It was something that I already knew. And it's crazy how life just like put you there. And like you say, I came to Oyama and everything was harder. Everything was different. The life of a fighter really hit me in terms of like, okay, like it's not all
Yeah.
butterflies and rainbows. And but like you say, if this wasn't what I am, like I don't know. I don't think I would be here already, like still. So
Yeah.
I really feel fighting just fills me up and complete me a lot as a person. It shows me a lot of things about me that I don't think a person or school or just normal things in life will show me. Like the pace and the intensity in being a fighter, it's something that for sure I was made for.
Yeah.
I think so.
Definitely. I agree. Definitely takes you out of your comfort zone, right?
Hell yeah, and it's weird because my whole attitude is way different, right? Like I'm just like a smiley dude. I'm always happy and stuff. Like I think it will be more like me, Robert, right here down here. Like he is the type of guy who you see and oh wow, this guy might kill someone, and he will. You know, he will. He's a great fighter. Like I think fighting is in him more than everyone else. But like he like you just listened to him saying that he was training since he's 4 years old. So like, come on, pero
What
mi
you got to say
carnal,
about that, Robert?
what do you have to say, man?
Fresh up.
I don't know. For me, like I feel like I cannot stop doing this. You know, like if I stop doing this, I just start like being angry all the time, like being like in a bad mood, like I need to do it. I need to. I don't know. I just like to. I like that's why I like a lot of boxing, because I just hitting the back all day and moving and
All day.
getting tired, So I just love it, That's what I like to do since I was a kid. Obviously, like when I was back in Mexico, and I was a 10 year. For me, it was like something like I don't know how to say, like almost impossible, because in Mexico you don't have like the same opportunities, you don't have on the same promotions, you don't get paid the same way,
Yeah.
So it was like there's no way, I'm not gonna fight for living,
Yeah.
So but no, like I just keep doing it because I love it, and I feel like God just put me the opportunities on the table, and I just been taking it, and well, thank God I'm here now, training with the best
Yeah.
fighters like Fernando, learning from him, learning from Coach Oyama, and all the people that is here, like I've been learning a lot since I
Yeah. I feel the
here.
same way
I
too.
don't even speak a little bit of English, and
Yeah. Your English is getting so good though. Look at
yeah.
you. Uh,
Thank you.
yes, yes. I think about that too. Just our experience of living in the fighter house, right? Because we when I tell this story, tell this, I'm like, yeah, I was living in a house with probably like, maybe somewhere between 8 to 10 other people,
Man, mostly too.
we met mostly guys. And
Yeah.
um and I was like, wow, this is definitely a lifestyle. But you know what? There was so many happy moments about it. And one of the greatest things that I got from is just all the people that came through the house that we met from all over the world, and just the experience of meeting people and learning from so many different people has
And
been,
races.
yeah, like like I love that so much, And then you guys, and we're like our chosen family, you know what I mean? Like I adopt you guys as like my little brothers, while we were there.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, and I miss Yuma, Yoshi. Oh my
Uh,
gosh, so
I
funny.
feel you.
Matter of
I
fact,
think Yuma is coming back next week too.
yeah. Okay, Yuma.
Let's see what's up with that Yuma
you,
boy. But yeah, crazy. It's the more that I think about like what you're saying too, it's crazy how many heads pass through the fighter house. It's there's names that pop in my head, and then it's like, oh, he actually lived with us too. And it's like, wow, it's crazy how many people,
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like we finished being a selected group of people, like four or five people who really pursue this, like Yumi, Robert, and Flo. I want to say Yuma too, but you know how Yuma is. Respectfully, I love my boy,
Yuma.
but I think we got together to grind it on a different way, and passed through a lot of shit together, and we did it good. We pulled through.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like I was just talking to Lisa too. I was like, we saw each other at our like the best of times, the worst of times, like our weight cuts and dieting. I hated
Literally.
that was the worst part. Watching everybody eat. When
Eat.
you eat, oh my god, you
Having a
guys,
fight and then having Fernando ordering Chick-fil-A every night.
this dude every day, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, and
Panda Express.
you're
I
just
love my Panda.
you'll never have to cut that much weight, do you?
It's
No.
crazy. I don't actually. This last weight cut was the easiest weight cut I ever had, and I was really heavy.
And then Robert's over here. He's just
Sweats.
just can lose it.
Yeah.
Me and Flo, we're over here bitching about you guys losing 10 pounds in one day, and we're over here running like forever just to lose that same 10 pounds.
I know. Oh
I
man,
we have so many memories, so many memories.
those Saturdays, man, they still make me like chills before we go to the track, you know.
Gotta be prepared for that. Gotta be
Yeah.
prepared.
But you
Uh,
never like it's funny, you have to be prepared, but you never prepare for those moments. Like running and then
Yeah.
sparring is it's always gonna be like that.
yeah, yeah. It's like one of my favorite quotes. The only way out is through. Like,
Yeah. Straight up.
and I think like that's the mentality. Like, I feel like you have to have for like every practice. It's like I can't find a way to bullshit any part of training. Like the only way that I'm going to truly make it through this is if I bite down and I face it head on. You know,
Yeah.
else is going to suck that much more. You know.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna suck more if I'm just complaining about it.
right, exactly. So how about that? Next round, we're gonna actually get into a little bit of that, some quotes that you guys have that kind of inspired you, that weighs on your heart a little bit. So next round, we're gonna talk a little bit about that. All right, round 3. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
The food, all of the good stuff, the things that we enjoy after all of the hard work that we put in. What
Hmm.
what are the words of inspiration that pulls you through, that resonates with you in a positive way, that sticks with you, Fernando?
Well, for me, it's something that I've been saying lately. I think I said it since like a few years now, but it is what it is, and it was what it was. I say that on the term that like I feel that a lot of people get really personal or really into like situations that, man, it is what it is. It happened. You know, you cannot change it. It's gonna happen how it's had to happen. But the only thing that we can have is realizing that and have patience. Sometimes have like just realizing that if we have good intentions, it happened. It happened how it happened, and if I did it right, it was good. If not, I'm gonna be bad. I think for my camp, I was using it a lot in terms of like I was training too much. I was training so much. Like I think I pick it up how I never pick it up for this last fight. Obviously, being in the UFC, and the day of the fight, the day when I was there, I was really calm. I think Coach and Brock were really kind of nervous for me not warming up or nothing, but that's how I am. And I was just thinking in that it's like it is what it is. Whatever is gonna happen today is gonna happen. uh, I trained my ass off. I trained as much as I could, and that's when it was what it was came. I wake up every day in the morning, train all the way till night. Quit doing a lot of stuff, change a lot of my stuff to be there and perform the best. And it happened. It happened how it has to happen. Maybe a little better than what I was expecting. I was expecting getting that knockout maybe on the second round, but it happened so soon. And the day before that, the same quote appeared in my head. It is what it is. I won that fight. I'm really happy, and it was what it was. Like if everyone was talking about how it was controversial and oh they stopped it soon. Well, guess what? It was what it was. Yeah, like I cannot change that, and I can be in my head tripping about like, oh no, it was a short stoppage and blah blah blah. But no, man, just let it go. It
Just-
happened. Enjoy your moment. Enjoy
yeah,
life.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a big advocate for like mindfulness and stuff, and I really that's what I get from that is all the suffering that we create when we're worried and preoccupied by the things that could happen or the things that we wish would have happened or should have, and all those things like that. When things happen, it's already said and done. We can accept it and we can move on to the next moment. You know, to kind of decrease that and man, it allows us to actually be more present in the moment, you know, and it makes us feel good just to be able to like, hey, you know, it was what it was. Now I can think about, okay, so what's next? What's the next plan? What's for the future?
Mm-hmm.
So I really dig
Yep.
that. Yeah,
It's exactly how you said it because, yep. It's just like that. You need to let go. You need to realize that
yeah.
life it keeps going.
Yeah. And I really like what you said because when you are doing the things daily, like you know that you're hitting training, you're doing the stuff that you're supposed to do day in and a day out. When it's time to fight, when it's time to get there, to be worried about what you could have done the days before, there's no point of that. You did what, like, you've already prepared. We're here in this moment. Let's make this moment happen now. So like we have to have that kind of mindset.
In Spanish, we say "el hubiera no existe." I think the translation is the saying I shouldn't do that doesn't exist, because you cannot say I should have do that, I shouldn't do that, I should train harder.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't. That doesn't exist. It's already in the past. You didn't do it.
Do it.
Yeah, and yeah, being mentally frustrated the day of the fight about not training hard enough, that's the worst thing you can do. Like, you're gonna destroy yourself mentally.
Yeah.
So you need to face it. You need to face it.
Robert, how do you face that? Or where is your mindset when it comes to like the work that you put in on a daily and when it's time to show up for fight day?
For fight day.
Yeah, like how what are your like thoughts around like his quote, in the sense of getting to fight day, you've prepared already. Where's your mindset in like those days?
Well, when it's fight day, I just like to think about just all the work that I've been putting. Like all the game plan. I like to think about what am I gonna do when I get inside. I like to even like imagine. Like how am I gonna win? Like I don't know, what if I take his bag, or am I gonna do this? Like I don't know. I like to think like that I'm ready for it. Like that if the fight goes like I don't know through a battle. I do it. Or if I gotta take down the guy or whatever I gotta do, I do it. So that's what I like to think. All the work that I've been doing.
Got you ready.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
affirming that you have it already, that you know what to do, and all those.
Yeah, no, I think that the thing that Fernando say, like if you not ready for it and you're just thinking like, oh, I'm not get ready enough for this, I think, yeah, that's bad. That's what I don't like. The place that I don't like to be.
Yeah.
I like to be feeling ready.
Yeah, definitely.
Feeling and thinking ready.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Feeling and thinking ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So Robert, you also have a quote too that's meaningful to you. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about it. I like it. Do the best you can with the things you can.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know, like along with my life, I've been meeting people that sometimes they don't have, like, for example, there's people that they don't have arms, they don't have legs, they don't have money, they don't have I don't know, opportunities, like opportunities to do something, and I feel sometimes that that's the people that they push more, they like trying to do something. There's people that they have everything but they don't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I really like to think like that, because sometimes you don't have the money, you don't have I don't know, the best car, I don't know, you don't have ways to get there, but you gotta create them, like you gotta do your best with the things that you have in the moment that you have, like that's what I like to think, I like to do my best, everything I can,
Yeah. That sounds like gratitude to me. Like you said, that was such a good point, is that there's people who don't have anything, but they're out here making things happen. And then there's people who have everything and then they're not. And so it comes down to like, how do you, what do you do with the things that you have? Are you going to make something out of it? Or are you going to find reasons to, not make it happen? Excuses,
Excuses,
There's people who come from many different backgrounds and they're still finding meaning in their lives. They're still finding drive to pursue things. And so as individuals, we have to be able to do the same thing. You know, I like the whole one of those quotes about like playing the, you know, you've been dealt a certain hand of cards. You got to figure out how to play your hand, you know. That's
and you know, like putting it in easier words too. What Robert was saying, and with our life, like what we personally live, me and him, is that like that's the perfect quote. Like we came here, the same thing. I maybe knew a little bit more of English than him, but we came with zero. We didn't speak English, and we had two options: complain and be like, "Oh man, I don't know English," blah blah blah, or start learning it, right? And I know I didn't complain, and I know for a fact my brother didn't complain either. And we just that's one of those things, you know. Do the best you can with what you have, and we had the opportunity, we took it. Like even being here as Mexicans too, you know, it's not really easy in terms of like legal situations or money wise. And if we stay here, we grinded and we did what we had to do, and look where we at.
Yeah, exactly. And look where y'all at. Like that's the definition of like being persistent and like going after it and not allowing any other kind of barriers to stop you from your grind, right? Yeah. So
Exactly.
because there's many great things that are coming up next for both of y'all, like y'all both are on a run, y'all both got great momentum behind you. Where can others follow you to continue to watch and support your journey? What about you, Fernando?
For me, it's El Valiente MMA and Instagram. That's pretty much my only one. I'm trying to open another one, a Twitter, but it's too much time. I'm mostly on Instagram. If you guys want to follow me, if you guys want to see my career, keep watching my fights, or even if you guys want me to be here again, like I will be so down. El Valiente MMA, Fernando Padilla. If you guys want to look at me everywhere else, and I appreciate it too much this time, man. I appreciate it a lot, Brittney. You don't even uh, imagine. It's been a minute since we see you, and we miss you. We miss you a lot. And I know I'm talking for both, but I know we're really happy that you're happy. That's what for me is the best. You know, like I know living here wasn't easy. It's hard, but seeing Flo, seeing people happy, just doing themselves. That's what filled me up. Like it's dope.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That is what is it all about. You know, are we all on our journeys finding happiness, doing whatever it is that we love? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Robert?
So for me, you can follow me in Instagram as El Charro Negro MMA. I've been posting like everything what's coming next, and if you guys would like to follow me and support me, I will be very thankfully. And as Fernando say, thank you, Brittney, so much. It's good to see you again and talk with you.
Yes.
And we hope we can meet soon.
Yeah. I'm gonna find my way back to California, of course.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the time for both of you guys. So it's been great catching up with you. So thanks for tuning in. After this episode, go ahead and like and subscribe and tune in for the next episode.